Well, hello everybody, welcome to 2C TV, your global news channel. We have the latest news update coming from the Middle East as the Islamic Republic of Iran is falling apart. Yes, we have a number of updates in regards to what the IRGC leadership are doing following our previous updates showing the Israeli Air Force massively destroying 200 targets across the country. Senior members have been eliminated by Israel. The other members are now fleeing the country, and the Supreme Leader's residence, one of the houses, has been destroyed by the Israeli Air Force. There is also a number of updates coming in regards to the retaliation. Israel is, as we speak, under attack. The Iranian retaliation has now started. We're going to keep you guys posted on everything that is happening. I am still in touch with my father, who is stuck in Iran, and he actually did give me a voice note, which I will play for you guys. Apologies for his voice is because he just had a surgery. So he's got a rough voice. Normally it's not like that, but you might be able to hear the explosions from literally next door to his house. So yeah, that might not be loud enough for you guys, but let's give you guys the actual videos that we are receiving. First, we got the confirmation that the IRGC's commercial plane, at least one of them, has now taken off from Iran a couple of hours ago. This is actually very important because the airspace is now closed. No plane is being taken off, no plane is being landed, nothing, right? But this was actually also verified by Iran International, somebody who actually filmed an IRGC commercial plane, which could obviously belong to carrying IRGC members. We can't confirm or verify who is on the plane, but watch this.
یا هواپیما بلند شد ساعت 17:50 با اینکه گفتم همه پروازا لغوه.
So that was at 5:50 p.m. Local time in Iran, so a few hours ago. And this was from the Mehrabad airport in the western part of Tehran, the capital. All right, so we have that. Now, my dad is calling. Hang on. I've got to be on standby as well, because if he obviously calls, it will be something urgent, as obviously he knows I'm going live right now. So the next video that we have is from in Tehran, in Lavizan. That has also been destroyed by the IDF. Let's go to that next clip. Yes, that was Lavizan in Tehran. Now, explosions obviously ripped through the military base of the IRGC in Tabriz, which is in the northwest of Iran, not too far from Turkey. Massive blasts shook the key and essential military site, which again, I don't understand how the air defense once again failed. It's not really a surprise anymore. They've been completely all over the place. Let's go. Also, as reported earlier on, the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has fled the capital. He's no longer in Tehran. They have sent him allegedly to Mashhad. But obviously the Mossad agents and their sleeper cells are hunting him down alongside all the other senior leaders who have already been targeted and taken out. Now, the IDF have also successfully managed to target the ballistic missiles of Iran before the Iranian regime managed to launch them, which is absolutely astonishing, considering that they knew that the Israelis were already there, but they thought everything's going to be fine. This video is actually from the IDF. So we now have confirmation over the last few seconds that the Israeli army are saying that we have detected missiles being launched from Iran towards Israel. Now, this is very important because about an hour ago, the Israeli government said that if the Islamic Republic of Iran launch ballistic missiles towards Israel and obviously targeting the civilians, then we will go all out, and we will also target all the infrastructure of the Iranian regime. The supreme leader in Iran, who is currently in Mashhad, apparently, decided to go with F around and find out. So Mr. Khamenei, who's now going to be called Mr. Fafo, decided to give the order for the Islamic Republic to attack Israel. As we speak, of course, the Israeli air defense system and the Iron Dome is activated, so they are ready for the missiles to arrive in Israel. If you're watching this from Israel, we're going to get your reaction as well in the live chat. As usual, let me know what is happening. Now, there are new reports coming in terms of more eliminations. We did talk about General Ismail Qani. This guy who was apparently, well, he was supposed to be dead about 6-9 months ago, and then we discovered he's still alive, and there were a lot of rumors that apparently he was a Mossad agent, but obviously he wasn't. He has now been eliminated, so we will get the confirmation from the Islamic Republic. They haven't confirmed yet, but obviously the Israelis are fairly confident that he's no longer around. Let's talk about the situation with the US Central Command, because things are escalating. This is what they posted. The US sailors conduct flight operations on the flight deck of the USS Carl Vinson in the US Central Command area of responsibility. A lot of people are keeping an eye on the military activities that are coming from the United States in the region near the Persian Gulf. And of course, this is also very important. The Americans have not so far intervened, but we'll find out if obviously the Iranian regime continues to target the US bases. President Trump has said we will destroy you. So that means that the US will join Israel to fully finish off this regime, which a lot of people were skeptical at first, saying, well, this is a terrible idea, and the Iranian regime will be able to defend themselves and things are kicking off. But actually, no, it's now been 15 hours since the whole thing started, and they not only the members have fled the country or fleeing the country, the senior leaders have been eliminated apart from Khamenei himself, and we can also confirm that the chain of command in the IRGC at the top has been broken. We already reported earlier that a number of soldiers and officials have gotten rid of their uniforms, and they have basically left. The others are not taking orders, and the others are just panicking completely, and they're in hiding. So there is no chain of command. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They've had to make some instant replacements because the senior leaders have been taken out and gone boom boom. And yes, the Iranian regime will not be able to survive this. It will be a miracle if they do. Now, the Israeli Air Force are carrying out a series of successive attacks on the Revolutionary Guard bases. This is now in Karaj, which is a small town next to Tehran in the western part. So let's go to the next video from about 2 hours ago.
حوالی ساعت 7:20 دقیقه محمد شهر کرج انفجار خیلی مهیبی که همه اهالی اومدن بیرون. اینجا یک پادگان سپاه. دفعه پیشم که موشک به اسرائیل زده بودن از این محدوده چند تا موشک بلند شده بود.
So the person in the video, who's a local resident in Karaj, was saying that this is the one of the IRGC bases, which is just outside Tehran, the capital. And last time, less than a year ago, this is the base they used to launch some of the missiles against Israel. So all that has now been destroyed as well. The red line of the Islamic Republic has now been crossed by Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about over the last few hours that the Israelis have been targeting the nuclear facilities, remember? Specifically Natanz, one of the main ones. But the main nuclear facility, which actually has everything in it, is Fordo. And Fordo has now been attacked in Qom, which is the tiny town in the southern parts of Tehran. And it's located in mountains, by the way. And the Iranian regime said, if you do anything, just don't hit Fordo.
همین الان پدافند فردو زد پهپادو انداختش.
Yes, that was a confirmation that Fordo has now been targeted as well. There is some information that I can give you some context about this nuclear site. It's not just a normal site. It is the most complex facility that they have, buried deep in a mountain near Qom. This site was actually built as a kind of survivor bunker. But also all the bombs are buried underneath. Targeting this obviously signals that the Israelis are planning to take out the entire nuclear program instead of just delaying it, but they want to actually dismantle it completely. And President Trump has now obviously showed his support, saying, of course, we did try to warn the Islamic Republic. They are not listening. Hitting this site obviously is crossing that threshold that Tehran has been saying that this is untouchable, essentially. So that's why when the Israelis said earlier on, don't launch ballistic missiles towards Israel, the Iranian regime have no other option at this point. They've gone too far. They can't publicly surrender. That will be humiliating. So they're going to have to launch, which means Israel is going to go all out. So this operation is not going to stop anytime soon by Israel. This is very different to what you saw 6 months ago, 9 months ago. This is going to continue until the regime has fallen, but also the threat of the IRGC has been eliminated. We can now also confirm that Abdul Hamid Minucher, who is the head of the nuclear engineering faculty at Behesht University, has also been assassinated by the Israelis. We also have a lot of still active Mossad agents and sleeper cells who have now woken up in Iran. These guys, some of them have been there for years, trying to basically infiltrate the system in Iran. Some of them were obviously, they got in about a few months ago to get close to the top, and a lot of them would be Israeli assets, Mossad assets, rather than actual agents, meaning that they will be Iranian, helping Mossad, of course, to eliminate the threat of the Islamic occupiers. Next video we're going to show you is the multiple strikes that have been reported in Tehran and Karaj again. This is going to be continuing for the rest of for the next few hours. It's a short clip. Let's go. Now we will get your reaction. We're just waiting for the confirmation of the attacks on Israel. More than 100 ballistic missiles, we can confirm, have now been launched from Iran towards Israel. This is huge, and the thing is, the way it seems, considering how Israel weakened the Iranian regime's defense system, but also the ballistic missiles. A lot of the ballistic missile sites have been destroyed by Israel last night. So if they are launching 100, firstly, it will be overwhelming the Iron Dome. It will, regardless of that. So it will be dangerous for Israel. But it doesn't necessarily mean that Iran will have more capabilities. They might be playing all the cards that they currently hold. So today or tomorrow, last few attempts, and they will run out. They don't have anything else. So they do have, obviously, a few hundred ballistic missiles. But if they try to think that we can just destroy Israel with a few ballistic missiles, it's not going to happen. Yes, Israel will be damaged because eventually the Iron Dome will be overwhelmed, but it's not going to destroy the whole country. And also it's going to be forcing the US to get involved, because the United States is not getting involved right now because Israel is already doing a good job on its own. But the US have said Israel is an ally. If you hit my ally, if it damages my ally, we will come for you. And of course, the US bases, the troops in the Middle East are on standby. Now, the next update that we have as we get more information, this is a list of the latest senior figures who have been eliminated by during this rising line operation by the IDF. Of course, you can see the number of nuclear scientists at the bottom, but also the military authorities, the heads of the military, the IRGC, the commander-in-chief, all of them have been eliminated. And we are waiting for more of their replacements to be announced. They are trying to find people immediately to replace them because obviously they need to have people in place because the junior members of the IRGC have no idea anything about leadership. Somebody needs to be, some grown-up needs to be to tell them what to do. Sirens in Jerusalem have been sounded, and of course the Israeli army have advised the citizens to take to shelters. We're getting some videos about the Iranian regime's missiles in the sky as well, so stay with us. Let's talk about the IDF. They have released this graphic showing the uranium enrichment sites that was located beneath Natanz. This is literally the detail of what they did. This is the location of Natanz. On the surface, it was hit anyway. This is in central Iran. And they heavily targeted this, the Israeli Air Force. But when you look at what it has around it, but also underneath, that is the key point. Because the attacks, the strikes by Israel, the aim was to destroy this, not necessarily the actual buildings on the ground, but what's happening beneath it. So all this has been the target for the Israelis. There were a lot of speculations that there's been a radiation leak, but there hasn't been any officially reported. Now, local officials are now reporting that the early warning radar installation near Hamadan, this is in the western parts of Iran, have now been targeted by Israel. Let's quickly go and show you guys. This is again from about an hour and a half ago. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. They are falling apart in Iran. Let's go to the map of the sirens in Israel. Obviously, this is actually started a few hours ago because the Houthis from Yemen started to attack Israel. They launched a missile from Yemen. The Israeli air defense system was triggered. There was a bit of an explosion that was heard near Jerusalem, so a lot of people were concerned. But we can actually confirm that once again, the absolute stupid amateurish nutters of Houthis in Yemen, they can't aim because at times they've been accidentally hitting Egypt and Saudi Arabia. This time they were going to be hitting Israel, the state of Israel. They hit the West Bank. Yes, a Palestinian residential area in Judea and Samaria has been hit, and 4 Palestinians have been reported injured. How stupid do you have to be? Every single time. Anyway, Pakistan is getting involved, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we wanted, right? The failed and rogue state of Pakistan. The Deputy Prime Minister had a phone conversation with the Foreign Minister, and they spoke with, of course, Abbas Araghchi, and he condemned Israel's blatant aggression and violation of international law. I mean, coming from Pakistan, that's quite rich. And Pakistan has now expressed its strong support for Iran. And again, I'm not really sure what they can offer Iran, considering how much they got humiliated by India only about a month ago. But yeah, let's let them think they are doing something meaningful in Pakistan. It's not even a real country. All right, missiles are coming. We have the videos, the first videos confirming the missiles from Iran, and a number of them are very, very short clips, but of course this is still evidence of the ballistic missile attacks from Iran onto Israel. Let's go to the first clip that we have.
Oh my. Bye, okay, bye.
So that one was intercepted, of course, and we will wait for more. I think we are getting some more information about... there has been a missile that has potentially hit Tel Aviv, downtown Tel Aviv. We are going to get this verified. If anybody is watching from Israel, could you, especially in Tel Aviv, could you confirm this as well? Yes, okay. I believe Tel Aviv has been hit. Ballistic missiles are making it past the air defense system of Israel. And these are the images we have from Tel Aviv in the western parts of Israel. So, of course, this is now going to be massively triggering the Israeli government. It's insane that the Iranian regime think that this is going to be helping their cause. It won't. It really won't. You're just poking the bear even further. Most of them will be intercepted, obviously, but I think we have a video from Tel Aviv now. Stay with us. This is it's important to get this right as well for you guys. Is anybody in the live chat from Tel Aviv? Yes. Okay, so we can confirm the video is coming. The Iranian regime have successfully managed to hit Tel Aviv. What we're trying to find out is whether it was a debris, or they are saying it's not a debris. They are saying this is actually the missile directly hitting Tel Aviv. Let's go to that video. We now have it. We can actually show it to you guys, and then we'll come back. As you can see, most of them are being intercepted by Israel, but apparently at least one has hit Tel Aviv, but no reports of injuries or casualties. So that's a good sign so far. Over 100 ballistic missiles are being launched, and the Iranian regime have now just launched the second wave of attacks on the state of Israel. I believe this is a clip that actually the Iranian state TV, they themselves have now posted. They're trying to create the propaganda that they are basically wiping out Israel. Let's go.
2 تا 3 ماه آینده ما این شرایط تسعید را عذرخواهی میکنم. طی 2 تا 3 ماه آینده به احتمال زیاد ما شرایط تسعید را
What was that? Okay, fair enough. He's got problems in his throat, I guess. We have some updates from Tel Aviv again. Guys, what on earth is happening? Okay, we have the video. We've just received... This is the short video. I think we're going to get the longer version as well. This is... if I could take this. Yes, we've got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can now show the moment that one of the ballistic missiles from Iran successfully hit Israel. Right, so that was that video. They are reporting that the hit was on the IDF command headquarters. We will get the confirmation on that, but they're also reporting that more missiles may have hit Israel. This is why, obviously, residents in Israel, I did say, because people are always very much reassured in Israel that the defense system will always keep them safe when it's just a couple of missiles or drones. But this time, obviously, the Home Front Command, they did say, take this seriously, stay at home, go to the shelters, because there's going to be a lot. Basically, that means that the Iranian regime are using everything that they have left on Israel, which is a very, very poor idea, because that means eventually they're going to run out. And eventually, things will kick off when Israel and the US attack. So we have a longer video from a version of the moment of the impact in Tel Aviv from a different angle. But as you can see, this is the residential area in Tel Aviv. Let's go to that clip.
طيب إذا هذه سماء تل أبيب نشاهد بشكل واضح أعمدة الدخان متصاعدة. لا نعرف إن كان سقط أي صاروخ في المدينة، ولكننا باستطاعتنا أن نبين أو نشاهد المضادات. وكنا أيضا شاهدنا في سماء تل أبيب اعتراضات.
So that was the latest situation. Seven ballistic missiles from Iran have now hit Israel. This has now also been confirmed by the IDF. Wow. So it seems like this is the end of the Islamic Republic of Iran for obvious reasons, not just the fact that it's the job of any government to keep their citizens safe. We know that already. But Netanyahu himself is under a lot of political pressure. He has to ensure that this doesn't backfire on him and his team, which means he's going to go all out. This is not going to stop. The Iranian regime are now seeing their final days, and they know. Now that they've sent out their family members and their other junior members to flee the country already, they know that they have to find a place to hide. And they got nowhere to hide because they can't even trust each other. Because so many of the people who they were trusting, standing right next to them, were Mossad agents or Mossad assets. So a lot of them are already infiltrated regardless. We have the next video from Tel Aviv, a ballistic missile hitting Israel. Worrying footage coming from inside Israel. More is coming. The second wave has now started a few minutes ago. I believe one injury has now been reported, at least from Tel Aviv. Let's just double check. Okay, we're waiting for more updates now. Let's just quickly get some of the reaction from the live chat, especially if you're watching in Israel or in Iran using a VPN. Let me know what's happening. Super chat from England Forever saying it looks like the Muslim Brotherhood and Islamic institutions across Europe that want to conquer Europe will lose money now. Thank you, Israel. Yes. Yes, 7 areas in Israel has now been confirmed they've been hit. Argus, thank you for your super sticker. We also have Robert saying, rule as tyrants, run like cowards. It's been a good birthday week for you. Yes, you are our new favorite news channel. Thank you. Thank you very much for the support, Robert. The supreme leader of Iran has now said that let history record that it was they who started this war. Hang on. Okay, we must have some sympathy and feel sorry for the unwell. The supreme leader has clearly lost his memory. He clearly has some sort of dementia. He believes that Israel started this. In 1979, the Islamic Republic, the Islamic occupiers of Iran, declared war on the state of Israel. And less than a year ago, they also declared war on Israel and they attacked Israel. But somehow, Ali forgot that. Poor guy. He's getting old. Karina says, congratulations on your engagement. Stay blessed, stay safe, my angel. Thank you so much, Karina, for that kind comment. The wedding is coming, and soon, hopefully, my father from Iran could attend the wedding in London. And it says, how is Reza Pahlavi, Crown Prince of Iran, how is he commented on the situation? We've already read you his statement earlier today. Of course, he's now urging the armed forces, the police, the authorities to defect to the revolution, to people. We can actually double check to see if there's any new statements. There is a new statement, which is, he says, in the reckless pursuit of nuclear weapons, Ali Khamenei and his incompetent and criminal thugs have dragged Iran into a war and put the Iranian people in harm's way. They are responsible. But the regime is weak and divided. It could fall. As I have told my compatriots, Iran is yours and yours to reclaim. I am with you. Stay strong and we will win. I have told the military, police and security forces in Iran, break from the regime. Honor the oath of any honorable serviceman. Join the people. To the international community I say, do not throw yet another lifeline to this dying terrorist regime. That's what the Iranian people are asking, and that's in the best interest of peace. Absolutely agree with the Crown Prince of Iran on that. Shauna says, can Israelis with boom trumpets give a warm greetings to the remaining regime members? I guess send them all to Gaza and close the doors. Kim says, USA and Israel don't look so weak now. Yep, they effed around and found out. I told you guys for weeks, I said, just be patient. Everybody was questioning President Trump's judgment. I knew they were going to do something. Red alert in Israel, rockets in the skies, now sirens going off in Tel Aviv. Yeah, unfortunately, 7 impacts. 7 areas have now been hit. So glad I invested in Virgin Goats features on the stock market last week. Oh dear. Violet says that the Lebanese are saying that 2 F-16 fighter jets were taken down by Iran and the Israeli pilots were captured. Any information? That is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the IDF headquarters in Tel Aviv has apparently been hit by the Iranian regime. We'll get that verified as well. Stu says Bibi should twiddle his imaginary mustache, and warn Iran that if they don't stop, he will use the Jewish space lasers. Yes, use the Jewish space lasers. It's about time, guys. Come on. Super sticker from Stephen. Thank you very much. And Anne says, pray for the Israeli safety. Absolutely. Everybody in Israel stay safe. All right, so about 45 missiles. The initial wave from Iran, the ballistic missiles, were only 45. Out of 45, 7 hit Israel. So this could actually encourage the Iranian regime for this next wave, second wave has already started, but the third wave, to launch more. Because if they believe that 7 out of 45 could hit, if they launch 200 at the same time, then more damage could be done. I can imagine the level of panic right now in Jerusalem, in the government. Shauna, thank you very much. All right, so let's quickly get more updates, and I'm going to go to the members of 2CTV Plus as well in the chat forum, see what they're saying. More interception videos we can actually show you. This is in the central part of Tel Aviv. Again, most of the ballistic missiles have been successfully intercepted.
Yo! Wow.
One did go down. That was one of the impacted attacks. So we are now waiting for a statement from the IDF on the situation in Tel Aviv. It is quite concerning. And Khamenei, the supreme leader in Iran, is saying that Israel's attacks to bring it to ruin. It says that Iran will inflict heavy blows after Israel's launched war. So it is interesting how they are managing expectations. They're not saying we will successfully wipe out Israel. They're simply saying, we will slap them, basically. Heavy blow. So the Iranian media are again claiming that they have captured an Israeli female pilot. So we don't have that confirmation from the actual authorities. It might be true, but the Israelis have not confirmed that. But if it is true, that means that the Iranian regime are going to be kidnapping this female pilot, the Israeli female pilot, which means that more pressure on Netanyahu, which means the IRGC, it's time to say goodbye, because they're not just going to be doing random airstrikes, more targeted attacks, and they're going to be hunting down every single remaining member of the IRGC. The state media in Iran are also saying that the Islamic Republic have successfully shot down 2 Israeli fighter jets. we will also wait for that confirmation. This could actually be a relatively successful counterattack and defense from Iran compared to what happened last night. They are fairly confident that they have captured a female Israeli pilot. So, yeah, we'll see. If it's true, we'll see what the Israelis would do in retaliation. They're going to have to go rescue her, obviously. So, Super chats quickly from you guys, then members of 2CTV Plus. Shauna, we've got that one. Thank you. And Robert says, you are becoming one of the most important voices in this historic moment. Thank you so much for your support. The channel continues to grow. Of course, this is all with your backing. And obviously, big thanks to our team and our sources across the world who are helping us verify all these stories. We will always ensure to bring you guys the up-to-date news before the mainstream media. And even if it's at the same time, we will ensure to fix the propaganda and the lies of the mainstream media. Jared says, what is Greta the Toad saying about all this? Greta Thunberg has been surprisingly quiet about this, but she will start probably some sort of protest, gays for IRGC or something. The Israelis have now confirmed the second wave of attacks coming from Iran. Okay. Name not important. Thank you for your super chats, and Big Doodle Daddy as well. We have Justin saying, time for the USS Carl Vinson to get involved. Not yet. Firstly, I'm not really one of those who would wish for the UK or the US to get involved randomly. But if Israel is getting damaged, which apparently it is, and if the US bases are getting targeted, then yes, the United States of America, as the leader of the world, they must defend themselves and their interests and their allies. You don't have to send American troops and the boots on the ground. You don't have to do that. This is not Iraq in 2003. This is a whole different situation. The northern parts of Israel are now being attacked as well, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some reactions from the members of 2CTV Plus. This is our exclusive chat forum. If you're new to the channel, by the way, and you want to get more out of this and you want to support our work, the best thing you can do is become a member of 2CTV Plus. We actually have a special limited offer discount code because it's my birthday week, 37. Use the promo code 2C37. You will get 37% off annual memberships of 2CTV Plus. You can get that by going directly on 2C.tv or find the link in the description. There's a join button on YouTube. Don't click that. That's nothing to do with us. That's YouTube and Google. And download the 2CTV app. That's the best place. You can get access to the news posts, all the news alerts, the live shows that we do on YouTube, documentaries, chat forum, everything you can get access. So become a member today, of course, and use that promo code. All right, what's going on here? Let's go to the members of 2CTV Plus. Pork, we have a meme. What is this? How should we respond to Israel's attack? And he's got no one in the meeting because they're all dead. That's a good one. We got Greta Thunberg meme, of course. Can we make this bigger? I don't want to make Greta bigger. She looks weird already. That is not the right flag, but that's how AI does it, I guess. I'm on my way to Iran on a bicycle. Brilliant. Putin Poetry says Khamenei should watch his footing for hell's open mouth rather than for the IAF, the Israeli Air Force. This is actually my favorite meme. The Iranian leadership are using their binoculars and they're looking at Netanyahu and Trump, staring at them. After this morning, I went to one of the linear news stations and they were talking about Israel maybe doing this, that, and the other. But you had reported Israel had already done it. I think they were about 8 to 10 hours behind you, so well done them. Brilliant, that helps. Yeah, the problem with the media is that they have to have meetings about meetings with their lawyers. Can we say this? Look, just verify the bloody story and report it, you idiots. We have another meme. The IRGC forces after Israeli planes were spotted. Their pants are down. Wow, your reporting is first class and honest, unlike the so-called mainstream media. It's also showing in the numbers of your subscribers. Thank you. You can be trusted. Go 2C. Thank you. Another member, lovely member. And V6 says there the IRGC international branches will soon become active and the West will be bending over backwards to accommodate them and their war on the West. A shame we can't have a purge or death wish hit like Charles Bronson. That will be chaotic, right? Susie says this day, Friday the 13th, June the 20th, the chain 25. Oh, yes, got it. It's the month. Will go down in history for the most iconic, preemptive, and precise strike. Today is just the beginning of the beginning. But what a start. Yeah, well, obviously now we've got the counterattacks from the Islamic Republic, relatively successful in Tel Aviv, unfortunately. Kibbs says, great work, Maya. However, you should have seen the meltdown by the mainstream media earlier today, crying over the bombing near nuclear bases. Go on. I know, I did notice the IAEA and the United Nations were also having a bit of a mental breakdown, saying, oh, well, don't hit the nuclear sites. So you're now admitting that the enriched uranium is now ready enough for the whole thing to explode like a crazy nutter, right? Okay, then the next video is also ready. This is coming from Tel Aviv, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go back to the members of 2CTV Plus shortly. If we could have this. Apparently we can't have this. That's great. Why can't I have this? Stay with me. Struggling. Okay, you know what? I'll make it easier. This is not professional enough. Apologies for this, but for now, we'll just watch it from this device. You won't be able to hear it, obviously, but just watch it. So yes, the ballistic missiles are actually hitting Israel. They're not all being intercepted by the Iron Dome. So it is a little bit worrying for the self-defense of the State of Israel, which means that the United States, as an ally, might actually have to get involved now, even though they really didn't want to. Multiple missiles have now hit again. Okay, so I would expect the nappies to be brown by now. Oopsie Daisy says, what are the chances of the IRGC fleeing and arriving in Europe? And some with boats on our shores. They're not going to use boats because they will be targeted by Mossad. They're not going to pretend to be refugees because they are known people. They're going to go to safe places like Russia or Venezuela and North Korea. But why would you go to North Korea? It's boring, even if they're your allies. Anyway, also I clicked earlier that Israel hit Iran on the Friday the 13th. Yes, that's when it started. Shauna says alerts are going off in Israel. Yep. Covered that. Vinny says you are miles ahead of the mainstream media. They are so biased and late with the news. Amir, that's my dad in Iran. Stay safe. You have a wedding to attend. I bet all the lefties are crying into their cosplay kafirs. So funny. Thank you, Bibi. The world owes you big time. I'm Israel Chai. Yes. There's another meme here as well. Israel IRGC. Do you understand just how effed you are? We'll go back to the members of TTV Plus there. I just want to make sure we are getting the up-to-date information about what's actually happening in Israel. Apparently more attacks are coming. I'm just going to show you a quick image. It says a still image of central Tel Aviv. The interceptions have not all been fully successful, but this is the craziest image that we've seen so far from tonight. First responders are now saying that 7 Israelis have been injured, which again, considering the situation, could have been worse. But so far 7 civilians in Israel have been reported injured. Now all major Israeli population centers are on high alert. We have, I believe, the Islamic Republic of Iran, in case you don't know, today, they also brought out their own supporters. They have a couple of million supporters, but they brought out a few hundred. And what they've decided to do was to do a rally and put it on national TV to basically show the world, the mainstream media, the Iranian people are protesting against Israel. And the idiots at CNN and BBC and all these organizations have actually been reporting saying the Iranian people are out protesting against Israel, defending their country. It's not. It's a small minority of the Islamic occupiers. It's their family members and members of the IRGC who've come out. And the media are reporting that as some sort of weird fact. I'm going to show you what they are now doing on the streets, because they are so weird, these people. If I could... A little bit struggling here. One second, guys. Also, I don't have a fan in this room, and I am absolutely boiling, which doesn't really help the situation. I might start to sweat. All right, so I'm going to try and get this video from here. What is this? Okay. Yeah, we're failing at this as well. Okay. Apologies for this this level of amateurism. Why can't I get this? I can't get this for some reason. All right, it's fine. We'll find another way. We will get that video from somewhere else. This is the thing. My feed is now broken. I'm waiting for other sources to give me the same video. Okay, if you are watching this, you know who you are from Iran. Send me the video of those pro-regime people who are now out on the streets. Apparently they are celebrating the successful attack on Israel. Let's wait for that. Hopefully they can send it to me directly on the laptop rather than my phone. All right. Breitbart says everything is fine in Tel Aviv. Nothing will scare us. Well, it's not fine. People have been injured, but yeah, you could be brave, but you know there's still innocent people who are getting injured. Third wave of attacks by Iran have now started, ladies and gentlemen. I can show you the alerts. This is crazy. So this is the actual sirens, the app that you can actually get, and it will show you where in Israel is on high alert and is about to get attacked. So big chunks of the residential civilian areas. Breitbart, thank you again. What we're going to do, guys, this is now escalating. We are now waiting for the third wave of attacks. We're going to take a short break. I'm going to verify the rest of the updates. We are going to bring you guys up-to-date information before the mainstream media and without their stupid lies and spins. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Become a member of 2CTV Plus today to support us and get more out of the channel. Use the promo code 2C37. You will get 37% off annual memberships of 2CTV Plus, and you can do that by directly going on 2C.tv or find the link in the description box under this video. Download the 2CTV app. I'm Maya 2C, and we are the media.